I love um, the way that your brain works. I talk to a lot of songwriters, of course. I am a songwriter myself, but I always, it just could be me in my opinion, but I always feel like songwriters are so much more mentally or emotionally mature. Sometimes they're even wise because they are able to be introspective and assess and acknowledge their own feelings and emotions, but they can also, like you said, go outside of themselves and document what you're witnessing or what you're observing.
I mean,
Definitely.
that's a skill, and that definitely brings itself forward in conversation and makes for some really amazing conversations. I never really thought about why so many of my friends are songwriters, but that makes sense.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, songwriters are able to relate, and a lot of people can't face their own feelings and emotions, and some of them acknowledge them and don't know what to do with them. Songwriters, I feel like, are just a little bit more thoughtful. They spend more time actually looking at what they're going through because they're writing about it, they're writing
Yeah.
about it, which and then to write about things that you might go through and see it every so many people relate, right?
And one of the other things that really affected me besides that, which definitely made its way into my art later in life, and we can go into that in a little bit, but was that we weren't cut off. It's not like we didn't have any access to TV and some bits of pop culture, but it was really disconnected in a way from so much of what was happening right now. That people my age were constantly surrounded by wasn't really surrounding me as much. We had like one radio station. It was a public radio station, and it played all like roots music, all folk and blues and jazz, and then at home, my parents' record collection included a huge variety of music, all of which was mostly older music, a
Yeah.
lot of a lot of jazz, and also old country. And my dad listened to classic rock, and so I was just constantly immersed in this musical soundscape that was so varied and so classic.